Everyone communicates, few connect. Welcome back, my friends, to this mastermind study where today we are looking at another practice that deals with inspiration. If you're going to be a great communicator and a connector with people, you're going to want to inspire people. You're going to want to bring something into their spirit that really connects with them. So great connectors inspire people. The way that I look at this is we have to go deeper. We have to go deeper than just surface level discussions and surface level communication practices like, hey, how's the weather? Did you see the game on Sunday? We have to be able to go deeper than that. We have to get into the point where we're touching people's emotions and their spirit. And if we can connect at this deeper level, then we're going to be able to lead people really well, and we're going to be able to make a massive impact in their lives. Now, here's a short paragraph that I want to just read to you about inspiring people. It says, how much does it really matter if someone is highly motivated in their work and in their life? Some of my research on how much motivation really matters was astounding to me. I had to cross-check my references carefully to make sure that the statistics could all be verified. Lots of studies that I read tossed around numbers like 40% or even higher when they compared the performance of motivated employees versus unmotivated employees. A 40% performance differential, staggering to me. I read one study that said motivated employees are 87% less likely to leave an organization compared to an unmotivated employee, 87% variant there. Lots of studies that I read said that people that are motivated at work call in with dramatically fewer sick days, dramatically fewer insurance claims, less employee theft, fewer wasted hours. The list went on and on. The statistics just blew me away. There's a huge difference in the outcome, the deliverables, the achievements of motivated people versus unmotivated people. But you all kind of know this from personal experience. You know how much more you will give if someone inspires you. There's no doubt about it. Everyone benefits from motivation. Everyone wants to be inspired. We all know that, don't we? We all know what it feels like to have our spirits lifted up, to have somebody grab onto us and make an impact in our lives. We know what that's like. And we'd much rather live there than in a place where we're always having to go out and find it and search for it ourselves. You can be self-motivated. You can go out and find inspiration. You most assuredly can. And I'm always encouraging people to do that. But when you're speaking with someone, when you're leading a team, if you can bring that inspiration, that motivation, you're going to be that much more powerful to them. You really will. Everyone wants to be inspired. So let's think about the inspiration equation, as John put it here. He said, what people know plus what people see plus what people feel equals inspiration. Now that's pretty powerful, isn't it? That's pretty powerful. What you know, what you see, what you feel equals inspiration. Now I can work with that. Now what people need to know is that you understand them and are focused on them. Now I'm going to put a little plug in here for our TLS training on this. The Transformational Learning System, which is our sales and our business training, our core basic training, we actually focus specifically on these two things, understanding and focus on that other person. The understanding is part of our UPI process, understand, propose, and invest. The understanding phase is bar none the most important phase in any selling process. What John's saying here is it's a key component in the connection process. See, that's what selling is. Selling is simply a way to connect with someone and move them from where they are to where they want to go in a way that it is good for them, that they're willing to exchange money or exchange something of value for something of more value. That's what they're willing to do. So when you think about what John is saying here in the connection phase, if you're speaking, if you're communicating, you're selling. And if you can connect with the people that you're speaking to and you can stay focused on them, you're going to be better at selling them on your ideas. You're going to be better at selling them on what they need to do. You're going to be better at inspiring them. And that's a huge part of selling. We have to be able to inspire and motivate and create value in the eyes of the other person if we're going to be master salespeople. Okay, now the second point here, you have to have high expectations of them. Again, a very key component even in the selling space. This is not just in your speaking and connecting, but in selling. We have to have high expectations with our customers and the outcome that they're going to get out of working with us and our products and our services. Now, I will say, you don't want to set expectations high. You want to set expectations here and deliver here. That's part of a sales success program. However, we have to have expectations for them that are extravagant. We want them to be amazingly successful at what they do. And that's on us. That's on us as communicators and connectors. That's our responsibility. See, management is about persuading people to do things they do not want to do, while leadership is about inspiring people to do things they never thought they could. Think about that. Management is inspiring people to do things they do not want to do. Leadership is inspiring to help people do things they never thought they could. My friends, that is powerful. Okay, what people need to see. People need to see your conviction. President Lyndon B. Johnson asserted, "What convinces is conviction." Believe in the argument you're advancing. If you don't, you're as good as dead. The other person will sense that something isn't there, and no chain of reasoning, no matter how logical or elegant or brilliant, will win your case for you. Think about what he's saying there. Think about that, my friends. Think about what he's saying about conviction. Conviction that comes from within you. You have to be convincing with your conviction. I feel that right now as I'm speaking into this topic about communication and connection. I know how important it is to be able to connect with people, to be able to make an impact in their lives. And if I can't connect, then I'll guarantee you I'll never correct. I'll never fix anything. I'm never going to be any good if I can't make that connection. So I'm highly convicted. I'm highly convinced and convicted that this is extremely important. People need to see your example. The mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains, the great teacher demonstrates. Wow, that again is very powerful. Now, I do want to say something here that is a challenge for me. I'm gonna just lay out for you all a challenge for me. I am really, really good with my skills and talents and giftedness. I am really good at connecting with people outside of the organization, people that I can serve, that I can love on, that I can build content with, and I can just cherish them every moment of every day. The challenges that I have are inside of my own company, inside of my own team, because the things that I can teach and train and equip and develop on, I can do them, yes, but there are people on my team that can do them so much better than me. See, my skills and giftedness are in communication, in speaking, in teaching and training. That's my skill in communication. That's my skill and my giftedness. But when it comes to actually running administration, I'm not that good at it. I'm good at training people in it. I'm good at helping them see that. But the actual implementation of administration just isn't my giftedness. So I'm better off to work with people, hire people, equip and inspire and develop and motivate people to do that work than I am to do it myself, because they're twice, 3 times as fast at it than I am. When I see people that are C-type personalities, because I'm a really high I personality, and when we have high C-type personalities, they can come in and run the business way better than I can. So that's how we want to look at our organizations. Look at your skills, look at your giftedness. How can you serve your team best? Because let's take a look at this deal with John here again. He said people need to see examples. Mediocre teachers tell, the good teacher explains, the great teacher demonstrates. See, I can demonstrate all the different positions in our company. It doesn't mean that I'm gifted at it. So at the end of the day, I'm actually mediocre in my implementation and how I demonstrate to completion. So that's where we want to be a little bit careful that we understand what people need to see. They need to see that they have value. They need to see that they're important. They need to see that they're gifted. They need to see that they're amazing at what they do. So if I'm going to inspire people, I'm going to inspire in their giftedness, in their skills, in their talents, in their possession or professions. I'm going to instill inspiration in them. So when I demonstrate this, it's going to be at their level, with their personality style, with their process, okay? Think about that. What people need to feel. They need to feel your confidence in yourself and them. See, if people don't believe that you're confident, not just in you, but you're confident in them, you're confident in who they are, you're confident in what they can accomplish, you're confident in what they can do with their lives and with the lives of others. If I'm confident in what they are able to achieve, my friends, that's game changing. It really is. And I want to be able to instill that through confidence into other people. Okay, now let's go on to the last one here. They need to feel your gratitude for them. They need to feel your gratitude for them. This one is probably missed more than anything else. And you can see in that last quote, silent gratitude isn't much good to anyone. I've seen so many people who are so grateful and they're so thankful that what somebody does for them. They're so over the top in the value that people bring to them. But then they forget to say, wow, you make a difference to me. You made a difference in my life. You made a big, big difference in my life. And see, I'm going to challenge us to test out the things in our lives that we need to be grateful and thankful for. Now, the rest of this worksheet goes through an experience that John Maxwell had. And John had a heart attack when he was 58 years old. And he went through something, or 54, I think it was 54 years old. And John went through this experience where he thought he was going to die. He thought he was leaving the earth, and he thought his time to serve people was completely done. Now, John had done some pretty amazing things at that point. However, God wasn't done with him. He still had work to do. So what we're going to read and what we're going to look at is a 10-year time frame of John's life and what John was able to accomplish in the course of 10 years. And what John is doing here is he's thanking the doctors. He's thanking the doctors for the time that they helped give him. So I want you to think into your own life. Think into your own life about the last 10 years and the time that you've been given. How are you using it? So it says here, Doctors John Bright Cage and Jeff Marshall. 10 years ago, I had a heart attack. God used both of you to spare my life. This is a letter of gratitude. The words in this letter are from my heart. They must be written as a tangible way of giving thanks to you. I believe that silent gratitude isn't much good to anyone. Your lives have been dedicated to helping people. No doubt over the years, many people have been given a second chance to live. For 10 years, I have been living my second chance life. Because of God's goodness and your giftedness, allowing me to briefly share what has happened during this time. John goes on to say, I have enjoyed my extra 10 years with Margaret and my family. 5 grandchildren have been born and have stolen my heart. 38 books have been written that have sold over 15 million copies. Amazon.com inducted me into their Hall of Fame. I have been named the world's #1 leadership guru. He said 3 leadership events have been founded by me. Catalyst, a young leaders conference averaging 12,000 per event, 12,000 people per event. Maximum Impact Simulcast, which reaches 100,000 people each year. Exchange, a high-level executive experience. These are 3 events that John founded in that 10-year time period. John goes on to say, 2 of my companies have experienced wonderful growth. The Enjoy Stewardship Services has partnered with 4,000 churches and raised over $4 billion. Equip has trained 3 million leaders in 113 countries. This is what John did with his second chance at life in a 10-year period. It has been my privilege to speak for the United Nations, West Point, NASA, the CIA, and many Fortune 500 companies. And he says, most important, over 7,500 people have received Christ through my teaching. My friends, John is a person of faith. I'm a person of faith. John lives every day of his life thankful for the life that he's given. And John believes with all of his heart that God was the one who gave him that life. And you have to believe something with all of your heart. Where did your life come from? What are you thankful for? Who are you thankful for your life? See, you want to be thankful for that person. And John believes that his Creator gave him this life. And what he wants to do is introduce other people to that Creator. And in the course of 10 years, he introduced 7,500 people to his Creator. So think about that, my friends. Who are you thankful for? Who are you thankful for the life that you have? That's pretty powerful stuff. John goes on to write in this letter. He says in 1 Samuel 2:9, says, God protectively cares for his faithful friend, step by step. Dr. Cage, it was no accident when you handed me your business card and said, John, God has asked me to take care of you. Call me at any time if you need help. Dr. Marshall, it was no accident that you met me at the hospital with your team and said, we are here to take care of you. Everything going to be fine. For the last 10 years, I have continually expressed to God my gratefulness for both of you. Tonight, I give you this letter and say with great love and appreciation, thank you. My friends, that's John Maxwell. John is very grateful. John is very thankful for the people in his life. He's very thankful for everyone around him who give him the opportunity to inspire others. And he sees how powerful inspiration is. In the book, John goes on to say that after he read this letter, and he gave these 2 doctors who he met for lunch, he brought them together for a dinner, an evening dinner, an opportunity to just say how grateful and thankful he was. When he met with them, he said afterwards, there wasn't a dry eye in the place. They were very emotional. They were crying. They were just grateful and thankful for each other. They were hugging on each other. They were just so grateful and thankful for each other. My friends, think about the connection that made. Think about what it meant to those two doctors to wake up the next morning, to get in their cars and drive to the hospital. Think about how much more valuable it was for them after John went through this period where he could thank them. Think about how much better they were at what they did that next day, because that night before, John Maxwell told them how thankful he was. So think about the people that you can inspire today. Think about the people that you can reach out to and be grateful and thankful for. Think about the people that you could take to a dinner, read them a little letter, and say, "You changed my life. You gave me a second chance. You gave me hope. Thank you. Thank you for that." Let's wrap up here as we look at the key concept and the question. The key concept is what people remember most is how you made them feel. It's just what we talked about, John and those two doctors. We know how John made them feel. They were extremely emotionally moved. They were inspired. So here's the question. What part of the inspiration equation what part of the inspiration equation do you need to work on? Knowing, seeing, or feeling? This is a question that only you can answer for yourself. This is not something that is going to be answered by someone else. Only you can answer these questions. So my friends, I challenge you to think into it. What do you need to work on? What you know, what you see, what you're feeling? Because when you begin to realize that you have the power within you, you have the ability within you to inspire and encourage, equip, and grow others, my friends, it's life-changing. It's absolutely life-changing. Your ability to inspire is a key factor in connecting with people. Don't ever lose that. Don't miss it. Never miss that. So my friends, I just want to say with all of my heart, many of you, I don't know you. We've never met personally. We've never met face to face. But I can tell you this. I love you as a human to a human, as a brother to a brother, as a brother to a sister. I love you. And I hope in some way these words inspire you. I hope in some way John's book inspires you. I hope in some way you become drawn in with a desire to go out and inspire someone else. My friends, the world needs inspiration. The world needs you to inspire them. God bless, my friends. Make it awesome.